Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody, and welcome.
Welcome. Super excited to have you guys here, getting together under tonight's full moon. And as I was just telling everybody who's here and present with us, if you're catching this as the replay and you didn't get my last minute notification about going and getting yourself a glass of water, something to write with, a pen and paper, fire and a candle, and anything else that you want to work with. If you guys want to work with any smudge or anything, I'm going to smudge for any of you guys who don't have any of your own smudge with you, so that's okay. There's no stress and no pressure here. Nothing is mandatory. We will accommodate everybody. So,
You've logged in.
oh, let me shut mine. Okay, no worries. Cool.
Hello, May, and thank you for signing in at such an ungodly hour.
I know it's late for you guys, some of you guys. Thank you guys all for being here. Awesome. So guys, tonight we're getting together to work with the energy of this Capricorn full moon tonight. And it feels a little bit strange because up here in the Northern Hemisphere, right, we just had summer solstice. So it's still so light out. Like it doesn't feel like 7:30 at all, right? But here we are working with the moon energy. The moon is going full sometime around midnight, depending on where you are in the world tonight. So it's kind of like a border of on Wednesday/Thursday. Some people might be celebrating the full moon tomorrow because it is fully full in the middle of the night tonight. But that's no worry because we all know that we can work with, or if you don't know, we can work with this energy leading up to the moon, and then on the backside of the moon, it's still technically full. They say like 48 hours before, 48 hours after that we still have the potency of this. So guys, what is the full moon about, right? In case you're brand new to any of this work, I know that a lot of you guys here are old hats at working with moon energy and correspondences, but that's okay. For anybody who is new, when the moon is full, it's a very strong, potent energy, right? A lot of us know that. If you're very affected by the moon, you're going to be familiar with that kind of energy. The full moon, in my opinion, is one of the most strongest and deepest energies that there is to work with. The full moon, it's going to represent fullness. It's going to represent completion. It's going to represent release, right? It's going to represent light. Oh, you're getting another didge? Yeah. That's okay. So it's a powerful time for us to be releasing. And because we are so in June, you guys, we have the solstice, which just happened on the 21st, right? Which is the longest day of the year or the shortest day of the year if you are down under. So it's the midpoint of the year for us, Litha, if you're, pagan or you follow sort of the wheel of the year. And it's all about taking stock, right? Because if we were still working with the harvest traditions, we would be, it's midsummer, it's high summer. And if you were going by the old calendars where the cycles of the year went with the moon phases, it would be midsummer right now, not the beginning of summer. But that's another thing we have, probably the church to thank for, right? So at this point in the year is the point where you really want to pause and take stock. So this is going to be where you can reflect on intentions you may have set with the Capricorn new moon back in January. If you were doing moon work at that time, if you were not, that's perfectly okay. You can just take a moment to reflect on where you've come from since the new year, right? Since January. So full moons are essentially, again, going back to, we briefly mentioned in the new moon ceremony that full moons are, the moon cycles are about harvesting. That's why we work with moon energy figuratively the way that we do. It comes from literal truth in farming, right? Full moon was the time for harvest. So it's a time that we can look at what we are harvesting. What are we reaping? What are we sowing, right? We plant our seeds with the new moon. We reap the benefits of what we've planted at the full moon, right? So this is something we're going to go more into, guys, when we do the correspondence class for June. That's going to be our classroom, and I think we're going to probably do that on Sunday.
Sure.
Yeah, we're going to try to fit that in on Sunday. So we are going to talk about the cycles of the moon during that class, and again, it'll be recorded. So we might have to throw it in the middle of the day just based on our schedules. So no worries if you can't attend live. There'll be a recording.
So at the risk of sounding redundant to what Lindsay's just said, when we did the new moon ceremony a couple of weeks ago, we were in Virginia, and we spoke about how the new moon is a time of moving towards attraction. It's growing into your life the things that you don't have that you want to bring into your life. The full moon is the culmination of that. This is the point where, leading up to the point where the moon goes completely full, is the time where that comes to a culmination. And the old Italians used to refer to the full moon as La Luna del Cacciatore, which is hunter's moon. And it's the time where not just the harvest, but the greatest hunt would take place. You would bag the greatest trophies during this time, and you know, from a food perspective as well. So
it's also the strawberry moon, speaking of food perspective, because in native cultures, it's the perfect time of year to hunt for wild strawberries. Guys, give me a second. I'm just helping Claire technical sort out.
It's tech support. So it's on her end.
So she can come and join us. So just pardon me for a second.
So when we're referring to hunting, we're not just talking about hunting of animal or game. Like Lindsay just said, the strawberry moon, we're talking about hunting for the ripest strawberries as well. The full moon gives us light to be able to do all of these things. So once we hit that point of the cycle where the moon is full, the moon starts to wane, and now we're talking about setting intention for things that we want to release from our life, anything we want to cut away or sever, the things that no longer serve us. These are the things that we are now putting into intention to be done with. And this is a beautiful time for that to happen. So I'm just waiting on tech support now.
Tech support is assisting Claire on finding the link. There she is. She made it. Sorry, guys. Thank you for bearing with us. Hi, Claire. So an interesting little tidbit that I found today as I was doing some reading is that the word lunatic is derived from the late Latin lunaticus, or moonstruck. Moon being Luna, of course, we all know that. And it was a term describing the long-held belief that changes in the lunar cycle can engender temporary insanity, particularly in women. So I thought that was a fun little twist on where lunatic, where we've gotten the word lunatic from. And I thought that as most of us are women and feminine here, we would appreciate that. A little chuckle, right?
And you know what's really funny, just on the back end of that, I actually called Lindsay a lunatic about a week ago. And you thought that I just set fire to her hair.
Because I wasn't being crazy. I was being the rational one. So it was quite interesting. So carrying on about that full moon correspondence before we go into the Capricorn energy, and then we'll open our circle just to frame it a little bit. We'll do a little chatting about the moon energy, the Capricorn energy, and then we'll open our circle and do our ritual. I got combo sometimes in my house. Nice. So you guys, in a lot of ways, the full moon energy it can be really looked at as a house cleaning, chopping down that shit that no longer serves you. Okay, literally for a second, if you're a gardener or a planter or a farmer, you're going to look at your field and be like, what's not growing? Let me get rid of what's not growing, right? We got to get rid of the dead shit. Like, let's clear it out, clean house. So figuratively as well, you know, what's not working in our life? What's not coming to fruition? What have we planted that's stagnating? And then looking at too, guys, getting really honest. So the solstice energy, the Litha energy, this taking stock, this energy of June as a whole, the midpoint of the year, we can really use it to get honest with ourselves about, okay, I planted some seeds, but where did they not come to fruition? And what is my role in that? Because we're all really good at dropping seeds of intention and then not following up on them, right? So we can pause and get a really honest answer and say, okay, if I haven't been tending this seed or nurturing this seed, nurturing this intention, following up on this intention, how can I do better with that in the coming months? Because keep in mind, so if we're working with summer solstice energy up here in the north, we still have 2 more harvests to work with, right? We have Lammas and we have Mabon, right? Lammas and Mabon, the midpoint between summer solstice and the fall equinox, and then the fall equinox. So we still have time to bring these intentions to life if they haven't yet come to fruition, but we have to show up too. Just like a farmer can't go out and drop the seeds and then, oh look, poof, there's just enough crops to feed everybody. They have to put in work too. So do we in our own lives, right?
And the crops that don't yield, they have to destroy them. They have to pull them out, till the soil again, and start again.
That's right. And we have to do it in the time for planting, which is now. So Capricorn energy. So the Capricorn full moon, right? Now, Capricorn is one of those energies that's one of the few energies that's probably more annoying than Taurus energy. And I can say that because my sun sign is a Taurus, right? Capricorns are difficult to deal with. People that are like in their Capricorn prime can be challenging. My father's a Capricorn. I've had a lot of Capricorn friends in my life. And I'm always just like, you know, my eyes sort of cross. And for them to make like a Taurus's eyes cross is a little bit crazy. If you want to know the other energy that's, I'm not even going to say it because Claire, I don't want to hurt her feelings. No. Our double Leo over there. So to my experience, Leos and Capricorns can be two of the most challenging signs, but Claire is one of the most unchallenging people that I have a personal relationship with. So you have proved me wrong on Leo. Thank you, Claire. I appreciate you for that.
Tracy, I'm just going to throw this out there. The colors in your background are absolutely amazing.
Hell yeah.
I love what you've done there.
Your space is so zen. I keep looking at your square in the Brady Bunch feed over here, and I'm like, I want to be in that square. Totally. It's amazing. Awesome. Very zen. So Capricorn, guys. Capricorn is very structured. It's very analytical. It's very business as usual, right? Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, if you don't know that. And Saturn is it's the ruler of time and karma, right? Like this. Saturn is retrograde right now. What happens when Saturn goes retrograde? You're being forced to look at where you're not showing up. You're being forced to look at what you need to clean up, where you're trying to, like, Daddy Capricorn is home in Saturn, number one, or Saturn is in Daddy Capricorn, right? And Saturn is retrograde. So this is bringing very structured energy, very structured energy. This started back in December. And if you're like me and you rebel against structure, this is challenging for you, right? It's interesting because Chris and I have the same north and south nodes, and both of our north nodes are in Virgo, right? Virgo is very also detailed, detail-oriented, analytical, critical if they're unbalanced, very by the book. And so the north node is what you need to grow into. That's your challenge point in life. That's your soul school. And your south node is your comfort zone. We both have Piscean south nodes, which is clearly obvious to anyone who knows us. Like, we're right at home in that, like, let's just be all chill and, you know, do what we want and be creative and artistic. And now we have to embrace our Virgo. So maybe that's part of learning how not to curse.
Right. And you know what that comes down to?
Being more Virgo. Let me get a collared shirt button up. And
what that comes down to, guys, is the higher you try to build a structure, the more solid the foundation has to be. And that's not about rigidity. That's just a fact. It will topple if it's not built on a solid foundation.
That's the truth.
So now is a perfect time if, like us, you are building something. Trisha, your heart path, the things that you're building and bringing into play right now. Claire, the things that you're doing right now in terms of the move and the new addition to your family.
Tracy, the things you're trying to set intentions around and create in your life, right?
May, your balance between writing and art and setting up the retreat, all of it. Everybody that's in this Brady Bunch square circle right now is square circle. Did you like that? That was a bit esoteric. Ooh, you know, but so
outside the box, man.
Outside the box, man. So for all of us, the reality is now is this time with Granddad Capricorn and his rules and
his structure and his rules.
The structure and the assessment of everything that's not working to say, where can you tighten the reins? Where can this ship be run a lot more efficiently than what it is now?
That's right.
And until you get that sorted, not going to let you build any higher because you will topple.
That's right, because you need that strong foundation to support what you're building. And that's one of the things, guys, we try to teach you across any level that we work with you on. You know what I mean? When we do chakras, it's get in check with that root chakra, because you're building on that root chakra. Everything else depends on the health of that root chakra.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if it's at the level of ALM, we spend a whole first month building a foundation. Look at that, you know, foundation. Because if you guys want to build something that's going to last and be able to hold your magic and your power and your abilities and give it to the world, it has to have that good, strong foundation.
Right.
So this is the time for it. So I want you guys to just take a minute and reflect on where you were at in the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. Reflect on your energetic space, your emotional space. And if you guys want to share in the comments, you're more than welcome to. What comes up for you when you think about where you were at in January. I know for us, we were in New Jersey, and we were doing a lot around getting clear on where we were going and what we were focusing on building.
Yeah, and I mean, from a place of perspective, not that this is all about us by any means, but to put this into perspective, we say we've been working at Hug Your Chaos for over 12 months now. We didn't earnestly step into the roles that we are in until January, where we reassessed and we really started deciding what direction this brand was going to take.
That's awesome, Trissa. You purposely scheduled the first production during the full moon. Yeah, infuse that moon magic into your creations.
And that's exactly what we're going to cover when we do the class on correspondences, is how to more effectively do that.
That's right. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So what you guys can kind of bring to mind when you get in touch with where you were at in January, what your energetic space was like. Think about what was unfolding at the time. Think about what was presenting itself to you. Think about what you might have been working through. Think about what you might have been being challenged by. Think about what was in your mind to create. Anything, just whatever comes to mind, kind of get in touch with that. You know, where were you personally? Where were you professionally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever. And think about the fact that at this full moon, where we are at right now, this is going to be the culmination point of those energies. Mm-hmm. So everything, microcosm, macrocosm, right? Things come full circle within a month on a small scale. Midpoint of the year, things are coming full circle from that time in January. So from this point on, we're going to be, you know, we're going to set new intentions with the next new moon. We're also going to do a little bit of intention setting tonight, because we're going to be releasing. Mm-hmm. So you guys are going to be getting in touch with what you're creating space. You're creating a vacuum tonight during the releasing. So you need to put something new in that vacuum. And we're going to do that as part of our ritual tonight. Mm-hmm. So connect with the idea, understand that whatever it was that you've been going through, whatever it was that started off the year in January, whatever it was, has been and is present for you right now, has been all necessary for your journey. Every single bit of it has been necessary for your journey.
It's very powerful, guys. That's where, as a coach, put the coach hat on, I would say wherever you are is exactly where you were meant to be. And do you know how I know that is a fact? Because you're there. If you were meant to be somewhere else, you would be somewhere else.
True story.
Just because you don't like the fact that you sometimes are where you are,
do any of us?
that it's not the correct place to be. It is only the ego that tells you this is not right for you. At any given point, if you are somewhere, you are meant to be there. And when you can make that connection within yourself completely, do you know what happens? I mentioned this morning to somebody. The thing that happens is all of a sudden there is no disharmony in your life. You fall completely into the flow when you can accept that if you are in a situation, you are meant to be in that situation. There is power in that.
Yeah, I'm just reading some of your guys' footing. It's like exactly Capricorn, and that brings me to the point that I was about to make, Tanya. Capricorn is the goat, right? We see the Capricorn as the goat. It's very sure-footed. It's very stable, right? And then, you guys, this is exactly grounded, stable, hardworking, sure-footed. This is the energy we need to keep going higher. Have you guys ever seen what a mountain goat can do? They can literally climb up to very high, like on ledges that are like this big. and they're like up there, and they're all, you know, up there like chewing on the tiniest little plants in the cracks. They're amazing. In Morocco, there's goats that hang out in trees, right? So the goat is no joke. The goat is very sure-footed, it's stable, and you know, stubborn, and can get where it needs to go. So this is the energy that we can work with to build higher. And when you guys connect with this idea that what you've been working with and going through and dealing with, and the ups and the downs and whatever it was, has all been necessary for part of your journey, but now you're ready to be free of that stuff because you're going to drop this weight, you're going to clear this shit stuff, and you're going to start moving up to the next level. You're going to clear this poo and start moving to the next level, right? Like, mountain goats are pretty fucking amazing. So that kind of just gave me a whole new spin on Capricorn energy, because it is really something that I resist. I just don't like structure.
I may stop cussing, but I will never stop being fucking me.
Truth that, right? So yes, all right. This moon is going to be all about releasing, all about staying grounded, getting clear on what we want to do. But because of a lot of the other planetary aspects that are going on right now that we're not going to get into because we just don't have time for a whole course. And I'm not even going to try to be, you know, claim that I'm an expert astrologer, because I'm not. I have entry level knowledge when it comes to astrology. I'm definitely just an amateur who plays around with astrology, but I know enough things to share with you and pass on my knowledge to you guys. But there's a lot of stuff going on that if I even tried to explain, I'd probably just have everybody confused. But that's something that you guys can read up on if you're interested in that. And I know plenty of you are.
I'm confused, and she hasn't even started yet.
So there's a bit of a heaviness to the energy right now too. It's not all just fun and games and poof, let's heal. Like, there's going to be some heaviness. There's going to be some challenges. Mars is retrograde, and that's one of the planets that most challenges me. I have a lot of Mars in my chart. There's like a lot of, I have a couple of planets in that Mars energy. And it's something that I get especially challenged when Mars goes retrograde. I have to really, really work on my patience and really work on just pulling back and slowing down. And that's okay. That's okay. So we're going to work with this Capricorn energy tonight, and it's going to really just bring us nice, strong, grounded, willful, determined energy. So we all need a little bit of that, right? This is where we're going to find our strength and our determination to keep going, because as we all know, life happens, and it's not always simple, and it's not always easy, and it has its challenge points.
Exactly.
So we're going to infuse our intentions, right? Our CEO plans, our what's and our whys. We're going to infuse our what's and our whys with this strong, willful, determined, sure-footed energy.
This is why it's super important to have a very powerful connection to your why. When you energize what it is that you want to achieve, it helps that what you want to achieve is in line with your deepest calling in this world. Otherwise, when you hit the tumultuous times, you will crumble.
Right. And exactly that. And there's a lot of focus on trusting ourselves and trusting our power, because with this moon comes a very strong energy of, you know, challenges, but also being reminded of our own strength and our own resilience, and the fact that we can get through anything, because as humans, we just need to trust in ourselves, trust in our ability, and band together. And in those things, we can accomplish anything. All right. So who's ready? Beth, I know, was that Beth? That's Beth right down in the corner. I know you hopped in late. Did you get your water and pen and paper and candle? If not, go and grab that now, guys. I'm going to smudge really quick, and then I'm going to open our circle. Read some of your, Tanya, greatest growth aspects to go through, but also a lot of compressing inside. Yeah, Mercury leaves Cancer will be emotional spot. Understanding our deepest feelings. That's real, but that's the way to strength. Right? That is absolutely the way to strength. Ash, exactly. Mars, the planet of action. Astro amateurs unite. We all took our class together. Awesome. All right, guys. So I'll go ahead and smudge. If any of you don't, I forgot my feather. Oh, I have feather in my cards. If you guys want to smudge yourselves, go ahead and do that now. hollow, burn your smudge if you got it. This is for all of you guys. Just gonna smudge the candle. Water. Beautiful, guys. What do you need?
You're setting fire to the
Oh, am I? Sorry.
Setting fire to the carpet.
Why not? Burn down the house. Burn down Daddy Capricorn's house. All right. So now, let's open. If you guys want to close your eyes, you can close your eyes. If you want to face the directions with me, you can face the directions with me. It's up to you. I'm okay with whatever you want to do. I'm turning to the direction of east, to the element of air. We call upon you tonight. Bless us with your expansion and your movement. We ask for the wisdom and keen sight of the eagle and the hawk to come into our space. Turning to the direction of south, to the element of fire. We call upon you tonight. Bless us with transformation and purification energies. We seek and ask for the adaptability and tenacity of the coyote and salamander spirits. To the direction of west, we turn. We call upon the energies of water. We ask for your fluidity and your healing powers. We invite the energies of the wise and knowing energies of the whale and dolphin into this space. And finally, we turn to the north and we call to the element of earth. We ask that you bring your grounding, your support, and your stability into our space. And we ask for the grounding, stable, and ferocious energies of our friends, the bear and the wolf, to come into this space and guide us, bringing protection. We call to the higher realms and we ask for my personal spirit guides, our ancestors, any of your spirit guides, any of your angels, any of the higher elements to come in and bless us in this space, bring protection, circle us in white light. And we turn to the underworld and we ask for any of the deep earth spirits to come into our space and bless us with the support of Mother Earth, bringing in grounding, safety, and stability. So it is. Let's do this. Taurus fire starter, you know me. Got a lot of fire in my chart, guys. So everybody just take a moment, close your eyes if you have them open, and take a nice deep breath in, getting connected into your body. Many of you may be familiar with our 3 connecting breaths. Go ahead and take those. Getting centered, getting present in the moment, and really just taking a moment to feel the support of the earth beneath you, knowing that you are held, knowing that you are supported in this space, taking a moment to feel your energetic roots growing deep into the earth. Feel them growing deep down to bring up energy to support and nourish you from the earth. Feel the energy of your crown chakra opening up, feeling that beautiful beam of white light connecting you to your higher self, and allowing that energy to flow through your whole body for a moment as you continue to just connect with your breath, connect with your center, connect with your vision. Tonight is the night of the full moon, the night of Selene, wise and knowing. Tonight we connect with her power and it is ours. Tonight we vibrate with the pulse of the moon, knowing, sensing, and feeling our connections. We flow in many directions. Our eyes are opened and we see with clarity in our visions. Our ears are opened and we hear the voices of our souls. Our mouths are opened and we are filled with love. Our wombs are opened and we are in touch with the source of our creativity. Our feet are opened and we walk on our own true path. Our hands are opened and our power is manifest. And that was written by Diane Marie Child from Mother Wit. That is not my words. So I just wanted to clarify that.
So guys, open your eyes, come present, and write down everything that you wish to release.
So this is where you are going to get your paper, get your pen. And if you need to take a moment and think about it, that's okay.
Write down the thoughts, the behaviors, the emotions, anything that no longer serves you. Write down everything you want to let go of.
Anything that comes to mind from earlier this year, from since the time of the new moon, over the months of January till now, anything that comes to mind that you are done with, go ahead and write that down. It can be a behavior, it can be an emotion. And when you guys are ready, no rush, take your time, but when you guys are ready, light your candle. If you haven't done that yet. And when you guys are done writing, let me know, because I'll just give you a second. Just say done in the comments, and then I know.
Beth.
Okay, one, two. I think that's everybody, right? Okay. So when you guys are ready with your list, first you're going to take your water. Does everybody have their water? I want you guys to all take your water, and I want you to hold it. I'm going to hold it with one hand too, and we're going to bless it. So hold your water. Everybody close your eyes and get centered. And I want you to repeat the words internally, or you can repeat them out loud if you're by yourself and you have no problem doing that. Repeat the following words with me. I am strong and confident in myself. I have been through so much, and yet here I still stand. I am so grateful for my life and the opportunities that have been sent my way. I can handle everything, and the right solutions are always presenting themselves to me. I now charge up this water with the cleansing light of love. This water will help me find my strength and feel gratitude for every day. I am light. I am strong. I am confident. I ask my guardian angels to surround me with a healing white light. I ask that this loving, healing energy moves through my body into this water. I ask for this water to cleanse away all my burdens and replenish my soul. My heart is strong. My mind is clear. My heart is strong. My mind is clear. And so it is. Wait, not yet. Sorry. Now you're going to get your list. And please be careful with this, you guys. Don't anybody burn themselves down. I don't want to be held liable. We're going to burn our lists. Burn it over your cup of water because you'll be dropping it into the water when it's done and you can't hold it any longer. So maybe like that. Just please be very careful. Maybe I should have said to have a fire extinguisher on hand as well. Now I want you to take a dab of water and anoint your third eye and anoint your heart center. And then I want you to connect with the visualization of the water washing away everything that you wrote on your list. I want you to connect with the fluidity and the transformational power of water and fire combined. Fire is one of the most transmutational and purifying forces on the planet. Water is one of the most powerful elements. These two together have the power to purify and cleanse. And I want you to connect with that as you're putting your list into the water. We're going to be placing these outside somewhere tonight under the full moon. If you can't place it outside, place it on a windowsill. Put it out where it can stay under the light of the moon tonight. But first, you guys are going to get your pen and paper again, and you're going to connect with what you want to put into that space you are creating tonight. Write down what you just cleared space for, because we never want to clear space without putting something in it. Because if we don't choose consciously what goes into the space we create, the energy will fill itself, and it may be more of what we don't want. So let's be conscious in what we're filling our space with. Yeah, you could ask for the opposite of what you got rid of if that serves you, if you're not sure. But be as specific as you can. And then again, when you guys are done with that, let me know and I'll progress. Claire, the only word that didn't trust burn on my paper was the word trust. That is amazing.
That's very cool.
Fucking so amazing. All right. Peggy, Claire, Ashley, Trisha. So we're just waiting for... Okay, no worries. Take your time, guys. There's no rush.
The only word that didn't burn on mine was money.
Can't see what didn't burn on mine. That's right. It's all going to dissolve in the water anyway. I don't get a message. That's okay. Cool. Is that everybody? Done. T. I'm burned up. What does that tell?
Brand new blank slate, mate.
That means you're getting rid of everything. You're on point.
Beautiful.
Done. Everybody's done. Cool.
Embrace that new slate.
Reiki on mine.
Clean,
nice.
clean
Reiki. This is awesome, you guys. Cool. Everybody's done, is that right? Okay, I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, cool. All right. Now I want you to take your new stuff that you're bringing in and just hold it at heart center for a moment. And I just want you to close your eyes. And I want you to connect with what it would feel like if you had all of these things. Connect with the emotion that would be coursing through every cell in your body if you woke up tomorrow and had all of these things. Is it joy? Is it gratitude? Is it feeling of success and strength? Do you feel like fulfilled because you're standing in your purpose? Do you feel secure and supported? Do you feel powerful and joyful and blessed and grateful because you're going to go give your gifts to the world? Do you feel heard? Do you feel loved? And just pause for a moment and let that feeling go through every aspect of your body. Feel it coursing down through your arms, through those open hand chakras, and infusing this emotion into this paper. Feel it. Maybe you feel your palms tingling, those hand chakras opening as you're activating the energies of giving and receiving. And just connect with that for a moment. Beautiful. And when you're ready, I see smiles going on people's faces. I love it. So what you guys are going to do after we leave the circle, like I said, you're going to take these outside. And if you can't do outside, just place it on a windowsill. It doesn't matter if it's cloudy. It doesn't matter if it's not getting the direct full moon. The energy is there. If you can get it out under the direct full moon, awesome. If not, no worries. The energy and the intention is still there. You're going to take your new intentions, what you're calling in, and you're going to place it under the water. And you're going to put it out under the full moon tonight. When tomorrow comes, when you place it down, you're going to connect one last time with I release you. Place it out, leave it out overnight. When tomorrow comes, you're going to take your paper that was under the water and you're going to bury it in the earth somewhere. If you don't have earth and it needs to be in a flower pot, that's okay. If you have dirt or a yard or wherever you want to go, guys, I'm not trying to tell you where it has to be. Whatever feels right to you, the place to bury it is okay, because this is your journey and this is your intention setting and your releasing. So what you're calling in is getting buried in the earth, and you're then going to, inside it is, and no worries, yeah, if it has to be inside, or you could put it out with plastic over it. You could put this in a plastic baggie and put plastic over the jar so the rainwater doesn't get in, because that might make it overflow. Tomorrow you bury this and you water it with this. So you guys are watering the seeds of what you're calling in and what you're creating with the cleared energy of what you've released. How does that sound? Before we close out, just take a moment. If anybody wants to speak anything or share anything, I always feel called to open that space. You guys can do it in the comments, or you can unmute yourself and speak it verbally. It's up to you. Just want to give you guys a minute for that. Gangster as fuck. Whoop, whoop. It's the hug your chaos way.
That's awesome.
This is, I'll be honest with you guys. I've never done this particular ritual before. I literally created it today. I just intuitively, I was like, I want to do something different. And I sat for a moment and this is what came to me. So this is the first time for us doing, this is not our typical full moon releasing. We've definitely worked with fire before. Oh my God, we had a bonfire that time in Joshua Tree, remember? We burned like a box of stuff from our own job. We were like, we're free. It was our first month on the road. It was pretty brilliant.
That was fun.
So we definitely work with fire a lot on the full moons. And again, that's something we'll talk about during our correspondence class, just different ways you guys can start creating your own rituals and stuff and do what's right for you guys. Tanya said, I wish everybody love and support. Beautiful. So if nobody else has anything that they want to jump in and say or share. Oh, awesome. Sending intentions for all seeds to grow. That is beautiful, Tracy. Claire, that will be on Sunday. We'll post the time, but it'll also be recorded because it's probably going to be smack in the middle of the day. It's just, we can't find a time that. May says, thanks to everybody. Thanks to La Luna. Buenas noches. We love you, May. Thank you. All right, guys. If everybody wants to come together and close their eyes for our closing prayer. Taking that nice deep breath in one more time. Again, connecting with that energy of the emotion of what you're calling in. Connect with the feeling of what it's like when you have everything you're calling in. The kind fates have blessed us tonight. The kind fates have blessed our hearts tonight. The kind fates have blessed us and our loved ones tonight. The kind fates have blessed me tonight. And we offer thanks with a humble heart. I thank the goddess and the God for my life. And I thank the goddess for my love. And I thank the goddess and the gods for the continued blessings already on their way. Blessed be. We're turning to the north, to the element of earth, and we are releasing you from your service to us tonight. We humbly thank you to the spirit of the wolf and the bear that joined us. Turning to the south, to the direction, to the west, to the direction of the water. Thank you to the spirit of dolphin and whale for your wisdom, the nurturing and healing and powerful energy of water that we worked with. To the south, we released you from our circle to the energy of fire, to the tenacious and powerful energies of the salamander spirit and the coyote spirit. Thank you for your service. And finally, coming full circle back to the east, to the energies of air, to the spirits of the hawk and the eagle that came to us in our circle to bring us keen sight, wisdom, and powerful hunting skills as we go forth to create our realities. We thank you humbly. And of course, to our guides and our ancestors and anyone else who joined us in this circle, we thank you and we release you. And we humbly ask you to lead us forward in truth. So it is, so be it, and blessed be.
And so it is.
Aho. Thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to go out and place your glasses under the moon. Put your papers underneath. If you guys have any questions, you can shoot me a message, shoot us a message, post it in the Facebook wall. I mean, in the Mighty Networks wall. And you guys know that we're here to support you in any way.
Yeah, fuck Facebook.
Guys, it's a very powerful night to also pay attention to your dreams and journal. Maybe before you go to bed, and journal, maybe right now, journal upon awakening. Much love, guys. Thank you so much. It's an honor and a privilege to lead you all in this. I appreciate you guys for joining us, and I appreciate all of you who watch the replay as well. Have a little jam session. Be free. Create magic in the world. We love you guys. Bye, beautiful people. Bye, beautiful souls. Thank you for being here. Much love. So mote it be, indeed.